Live from Texas, this now is the Will Cain Show, and it was a big primary night in California. Yes, Election Day was yesterday. No, California still doesn't have a final count because in a fact that could make Somalia blush, it could take up to a month to count or manufacture the votes in California. We do know Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is headed to a November runoff, but who is to join her? Spencer Pratt and Nithya Raman are battling for that second spot, and Pratt says he is ready to go.
This idea that I don't represent Democrats and Republicans and independents, anyone that's just a Los Angeles citizen that wants basic quality of life, I'll be able to show that in 5 months. Right now, the media likes to say, oh, he's this. I'm not that. I'm an Angelino who said enough is enough, and I had to step up. I didn't know I'd be here tonight, but it's obviously God's plan, and I'm going to go all the way, and I'm going to show everybody that I'm their mayor.
To the governor's race, former Biden HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra and Republican Steve Hilton are leading, and millions of ballots have been counted, but many more, of course, have not. In California, ballots can arrive days after the election, weeks, and still be counted. So the numbers can and probably will move. Political analyst Nate Silver says, honestly, it's going to take several weeks to tell you who won the election. This is failed state S and should be much more stigmatized. Perhaps the biggest takeaway is, how do 35% of voters in LA choose Karen Bass? How do 25% of voters in California pick Xavier Becerra? Hell, 19,000 Californians still voted for Eric Swalwell. And that's really the story across the country. Democrats in the country are on the verge of sending a new wave of far-left candidates to Washington. If you want to know why, well, in part, follow the endorsements. Let's go together to the wall. Let's start with the Justice Democrats Party. It was founded in 2017 by former Bernie staff members. They have helped elect AOC and Ilhan Omar, and they have an agenda that includes many of the far-left wish lists like Medicare for All and the Green New Deal. They also are looking at primarying most establishment Democrats. Most candidates identify as Democratic Socialists. One of their endorsees, by the way, Adam Homowy, also endorsed by AOC and Bernie Sanders and Rashida Tlaib. He just won the Democrat primary in New Jersey's 12th district. Now, this is despite the fact that he has past associations with a terrorist who inspired the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. Omar Abdel Rahman, who's also known as the Blind Sheikh, was a radical Egyptian cleric. He was linked to that 1993 bombing, and he was convicted of terror charges in 1995. He ultimately died in prison in 2017. But why is this important? Because Homowy was connected to the Blind Sheikh. He served as a translator. He took a cross-country road trip to Detroit with the Blind Sheikh, wherein he testified at the Blind Sheikh's trial that Rahman had said enemies of Islam include Israel and the United States, thus encouraging jihad. But Homowy is now headed to November. He's seeking to represent a district that's just miles from ground zero. Next on our endorsement list are the Democratic Socialist of America. They're the largest socialist political organization in the United States, a very similar agenda to what we highlighted a minute ago: Medicare for all, fight police brutality, voting rights for non-citizens. Now, the New York City chapter is backing Daralisa Avila Chevalier, a Mamdani-backed candidate running in New York's 13th district. Now, she's facing scrutiny over past posts calling to abolish the police. Here's some examples. In June of 2020, she said, in response to being asked what would be better than a slogan of defund the police, she said, F you. We're going to defund and abolish. You don't get to water down our movements. That same year, she said, no, it means ending policing, full stop, period. No more police at all, ever. No gray area here. She says it's all very harmful. And she works with black abolitionists and has been doing so for decades to dilute this movement. If you're not fully on board, she says, it's just fine. Just say that. Going back further, she's even called to seize the means of production, which, of course, is really the defining characteristic of a socialist. And then finally, we have the Working Families Party. That's a progressive third party. It often endorses Democrats and runs on their own ballot where they're allowed to. They back the same type of issues: universal health care, canceling student debt, buying out oil and gas companies, higher taxes on everyone. And they've endorsed our favorite Democrat, Graham Plattner. who got, by the way, a very warm welcome in Washington yesterday.
When I say porta potty, you say Plattner! Porta potty! Plattner! Plattner! Plattner!
Plattner is a creep! Plattner is a creep! Plattner is a creep!
Well, porta potty, Plattner or not, Bernie Sanders is standing by his man, even if it's next to a porta potty.
All I can say is, look, I'm sure he's not a saint. And I think it's better for this country that we start focusing on the enormous crises facing working people, a corrupt political system, than spending so much time worrying about, the personal life of an individual.
I think we can all agree on that point. He's not a saint. Evidence? There it is all for you again. Sexting, Nazi tattoos, communist, called the police officers, I don't know, I can't even read that, there's too many stars. Called rural Mainers racist and stupid. Suggested rape victims bear some responsibility. Called the Virgin Mary a skank. Quite a CV.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.